Hello, beautiful people. Today we're going to answer the question, is it possible to find a job you love? I absolutely love this one because yes, it is possible. God, it should be possible. It's possible if you have a smart strategy and you pay attention to the data and you pay deep attention to yourself. So let's talk about that. In this video, I want to show you what makes people really love their jobs based both on the data and on the strategy that they're using. I want you to look at the 3 ingredients of deeply satisfying work, and I want to show you how to use the innovation mindset to be able to get yourself into a job that you love. I've worked in innovation most of my career, and I've written this book called The Innovation Mindset, where a lot of the thinking that I'm talking about in these videos comes from. There's a link to it below in the comments, but I would love you to be able to understand how important your ability to be able to innovate has to do with your ability to be able to love your work. In the book, I talk about the idea of mastery. And mastery is something that we choose. Mastery is something that we choose to dedicate ourselves to. And over time, what you will discover is if you choose to dedicate yourself to something, you will find that it brings you progressively more joy. That's something I want to talk about in this video. So a dream job isn't found, it's built, and it takes time and patience and a lot of self-knowledge. 9 out of 10 people chase the wrong thing when it comes to trying to find a job that they love. I don't want you to be one of them. The data says that loving your job is possible if you focus on the 3 things I mentioned earlier that we're going to talk about more. And you don't need to be working for the perfect company. You need to be working in a job that allows you to be able to make effective offers and make offers that are in alignment with you, who you are, and what you want to make happen in the world. By the end of this video, I want you to be able to know exactly what it is that makes people love their jobs. And this is based on research and data. I want you to understand the 3 elements that create job satisfaction. I want you to be able to put in place a 5-step love your work strategy that I'm going to talk to you about. And I want you to adopt a mindset that says that you're not looking for the job, that you're going to shape and craft the job yourself, not entirely yourself. Most people think in terms of what I call old common sense, which says that if you find the job, like you're looking for a diamond, you find the job that you love, then you're going to enjoy it and you're going to be happy. I have found that a much more effective way to think about work is if you find a place that allows you to be able to add value to others and do something that you enjoy and something that you're committed to and something that brings other people value and brings you value, you will derive enough joy from that that will actually be work you love. I right now have moved myself to a position where I do work I love with people I love, for people I love, the way that I want. And those 3 things are super important to me because I've gotten smarter and more sophisticated about navigating them for myself as time goes by. Hopefully I can help you do that sooner in your career. There are 3 critical things that make people love their jobs. The first one is purpose. You feel like you're up to something. You feel like you're doing something valuable. You feel like you're contributing to your peers, to society, to your department in a way that matters. The second one is autonomy, that you have permission, authority, room, space, however you want to talk about it. You have the autonomy to be able to craft and design a large percentage of the work that you do. You're not just sitting there production line mode and doing what it is that you're being told to do. When I think about production lines, I always think about the I Love Lucy comic sketch where she's supposed to be doing quality assurance on chocolates and the chocolates are going by her at 1,000,000 miles an hour and she finally realizes she can't keep up with them, so she decides that she's going to eat them. So when I think of production line, I always think of people who are just working through stuff as fast as they possibly can, dealing with everything that comes into their inbox, and they have no opportunity to be able to think about what they're actually doing and whether or not they consider it to be important or purposeful or valuable. The third one is progress. If you're committed to growing your own mastery, if you're committed to growing what it is that you're really great at, that brings you joy, that floats your boat, that makes you feel good about yourself, that allows you to be able to grow, if there's an opportunity for you to progress wherever it is that you are, and for you to surround yourself by people who are similarly interested in progressing themselves and growing themselves and learning together, then that's your opportunity to progress, or your opportunity to be able to build your mastery. If you have those three things are statistically proven to be in existence when people say they actually love what it is that they do. In my book, The Innovation Mindset, I talk a lot about making offers and making sure that those offers are in alignment with things that you care about and overlap with things that other people care about. One of the things that's really important for you as you start thinking about your autonomy and you start thinking about your mastery and you start thinking about your purpose is that you are actually putting yourself in a position where you can begin to learn the practices of building that autonomy, that mastery, and that purpose, and allowing yourself to be able to make offers in alignment with what you care about. The ability to be able to do that will allow you to be able to direct and craft your career over time to really get to something that brings you joy and fulfillment. The love your work strategy is the following. It is define what it is that you want to create in the world, how you want to serve others, how you want to serve yourself, and how you want to bring value. Look for roles where you know you can make bold offers, where there is opportunity, and train yourself how to be really good at making offers. And I talk about that in a bunch of other videos. The third one is prioritize autonomy, learning, and visible outcomes, measurable outcomes, and recognize whenever you're doing work that you know is adding value to someone else, it invariably should have numbers associated with it in terms of the impact that you're making. The fourth one, whenever you're looking for a job, make sure that you're interviewing them as much as they're interviewing you. And I'll do a whole other video on this because I think this is so important. Once I learned that I was actually interviewing them as much as they were interviewing me, it really flipped the tables for me in terms of, is this a job I want? Is this a person I want to work with and for? Are these people that I want to work with? And I started making requests in interviews to talk to other people in the group or in the department so that I could really understand what it was that I was signing up for and made sure that it was in alignment with what I wanted to do. And then the other thing is, if you're going to go in 100%, commit fully. And make sure that you're giving yourself the opportunity to be able to do something that you truly love. Let's look at some real data behind this. Is loving your job actually something that is fairly common? So Gallup says that 23% of employees are thriving at work. 23% of employees globally are thriving at work. That's a reasonably high number, but it would be an amazing world if that was a much, much higher number. HBR says that of the people who thrive at work, 61% of them love their jobs and say it's because they find meaning in their work. And LinkedIn Learning says that 94% of employees would stay longer at a company that invests in their growth. So you've got to invest in your own growth, but you've also got to go and find a company that will invest in your growth with you. Make the mindset shift from finding a job you love like it's a diamond in the rough and you're looking for it and it's there to be found, to crafting and designing a job you love because you've learned the skills that allow you to be able to build your own autonomy, grow your own mastery, and align your purpose with the purpose of the work that you're doing wherever it is that you're employed. If you're ready to start thinking about this, do the promotion readiness assessment because it asks you some of these questions and it'll help you start thinking about what do I truly love, and I've tried to make it as self-reflective as possible. It's down below, there's a link down below in the comments. It's also on getpromotedassessment.com. Let me know your thoughts on this. Let me know if this was useful for you, and let me know if this is something that you want me to talk about more in depth. I wish you the very best of luck. Thank you.